Hi, this is Bill. So, I was trying to think of some like easy recipes. You know, sometimes I feel a lot of pressure to make something really great when people come over for dinner, and you know, this can be just some like family style. You know, something really cool to make. And it started out because years ago, I had a friend's mom that used to make this. She called it lemon chicken. Well, I didn't understand because it did have lemon in it, but it had capers in it. So capers are just the immature buds or flowers of a caper bush, and they're very prickly, by the way. I did learn that. And so I was like, well, as I grew up, I'm like, oh, that's piccata chicken. And actually, you know, it's really good. You know, I can't complain about how easy it is to make. I always have chicken breasts. And I got my pan here. I got 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're going to round it out with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I want to do that. And, you know, we're going to be dredging the breast in flour. So, you know, you might have to add more, and of course if you're using a big huge pan, you probably need more anyways. That's why I just keep it 50-50 or, you know, half and half. So basically what I have here is I buy these chicken breasts, and they were on sale, they weren't great, and I slice them in half lengthwise. And, you know, there's the skin side, and then there's kind of the bone side, the other side. And I cut that off, and I'm going to use that for another recipe, but I just want to keep these nice, pretty, and it's not really like a really thin cut. They were plump enough, but this should be good, and it should be interesting. So I got flour here. I put some black pepper in it, and we're just going to make sure we've got clean enough hand. We can flip these around. Pan's sizzling over here, so I want to get these in as soon as I can. This is really pretty simple. I mean, don't ever be afraid of doing this. So you basically want about 3 minutes on each side. That's how you get the big fat fingers from all the flour breading or whatever you're doing. Only got room for 2 at a time. These are rather large, like I said, because I cut them in half. They're going to be decent portions wise. So let me go ahead and rinse my flour fingers. So I don't consider myself a huge fan of capers, but there's just something about using it in this lemon recipe that really, really makes it taste great. So I just learned there are just times you have to use something, you know. And it's funny because I have other recipes I actually substitute out the capers for something else. Just want to try to keep my flour nice and fluffy. A few videos ago I was using flour for baking something, and I was like, man, I bought this flour on sale. It kind of disappointed me. It was an off-brand. I'm thinking today that I'm going to be finishing it up, so I get to go buy some real flour. Live and learn. Sometimes saving a few bucks is worth it, and sometimes it's not. So all we're doing basically is trying to get a little color. We're going to simmer these back into the sauce once I get them cooked. seconds. I got a timer set right here in my brain. Plus you can tell, you just kind of watch it. You see that, the fact that it's cooking is coming up around the edges, so I know it's getting cooked. That's kind of cool because if you add the olive oil to the butter, it kind of keeps that, keeps the butter from burning. I say it brings up the boiling point, but that's all I meant. Alright, I think I got one candidate here ready. Oh yes, very perfect. These are going to shrink up a little bit, so I'll kind of be able to get them in the pan, all of them in the pan. And there are a couple ways you can do this. You can lay these out. You can keep them in this pan, or you could take a serving dish and, put them in and pour the rest of the sauce over. You can kind of do whatever you feel like is the best. Wow. I'm gonna cheat here. I need to add a little bit more olive oil over on the dry side here. Just a little bit. We don't want to drop the temperature. Now let's see if I'm talented enough to sneak another piece in there. I think I can. Got some good heat going there. I can feel it rising up my arm. Try to really simplify this recipe because I think we just have to stick to the basics on why it tastes good and not get too carried away. And capers are cheap, by the way. Well, they were, this week when I bought them. I'm definitely seeing some heat activity going on here. So, before they're completely cooked through, I want to get these out of here. And I got good color on both sides, so I'm going to call that good. Give that one just a little bit more time, and that'll give me just enough time to get this. And remember, raw poultry, be very careful, cross-contamination, follow all the rules. Don't save this flour for cupcakes. Just remember what Taylor Swift says, shake it up. Alright, put that in there. One more rinse. So the second one's coming out now. If I can do it. Third one I put in there has been in there long enough now. I just gotta wait for that last one. And you know me, I gotta clean up a little bit, so let me get this out of the way. And literally by adding another tablespoon of olive oil, I think I've got this pretty good. I remember all those flour crunchies are really good. You know, all the whatever kind of breading or batter you use. You need that when you make your sauce. Kind of excited about this, and this is real time. You know, I know people think it's sometimes really boring, but I've done some like recipes that were really long and dragged out, and I cut out boring parts, or I speed them up a little bit, and you need to see that this is real time. I mean, literally in 10 minutes, I'm gonna have all this chicken done. All right, maybe 12. I made a comment in my last video about how I had this thing about I have to tap my spoon on the side of the pot when I'm stirring stuff. And it's funny because all my spoons have these really funny little dings in them. Alright, we're just about there. I know this one's just about ready. And you know, if you'd rather, if it would be easier for you, take a glass dish, throw them in a 300-degree oven, keep them warm while you make the sauce, and then you just pour the sauce on top of it. That'd be another way of doing it too. Oops. Oh. These are my discount plastic tongs, so I don't scrape up my good non-stick pans. And I'm actually kind of laughing because I'm never get this. They're cheap, couple bucks, and they've actually worked out pretty good. And I like my metal ones because they're really high quality from Williams-Sonoma. These are doing the trick. So. I'm from that Red Circle store. Okay. So. I don't want to splatter this too much, so I had turned it down a little bit. So I've got 1/3 of a cup of lemon juice, 1/2 cup of my sodium-free chicken broth. I'm going to put the chicken broth in first because I know it's going to really, And now, let's get that lemon juice going. Ooh. Just want to let this kind of reduce. I want to kind of scrape the edges here. Now we're going to bring it back up to a little simmer. This is where you kind of got to make a decision here. And I'm going to say, just for the fun of it, I want to change the consistency of this sauce a little bit. So I usually end up putting tablespoon and a half more butter in, just to kind of change the consistency. And this pan was really hot, you saw that, so this reduced pretty darn quick. And you see, this is really simple. Okay, now I'm at the point where, so I have a 1/4 cup of capers. Now what you do is you put them in a little sifter, sieve, or whatever, and colander, and you want to rinse them because they're really, really briny. I just want to let them cook in here for a second. Still got that. And it's always funny, the smell is really great, and you know what it always reminds me of? It's really funny, you laugh, but it almost has like kind of that mustard kind of smell to it in the sauce. That's probably why I like it. Okay, now let's see if I'm really talented enough to get these laid out here. So, all I gotta do I'll tell you a funny thing is that I don't have a lot of lids, but what I do have is a pizza pan. And so like when I'm making grilled cheese or grilled sandwiches, or I'm trying to get something up to temperature, I'll just go ahead and throw upside down one of my pizza pans on here. Works great. So we really just need to let this come to temperature for a few minutes. And it's bubbling away like heck, so we know it's good. So the other option you can do is you'd have a warm oven, throw it in there, and let me tell you, you'd be all good to go. And you know, give it 10 minutes, like a 300-degree oven, just to make sure. And we just want to get that flavor going through that chicken. Probably going to give it about 2 minutes. I'm going to flip it over, but I like the color side of this. So I'm kind of debating, but when we're going to serve this, we're going to plate it. It would look really pretty, right? Well, so what did I tell you before was that you can do this like family style, okay? Right? I mean, come on. So you got your little silicone donut, and we're going to pretend magically time has passed. And all I got to do now, turn off the heat, give it a little shake, 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 make sure you got all that nice lemon stuff going around in there. A little top. And so everything's got to be pretty when you serve it up, right? So I got myself some Italian parsley, fresh cut this morning. And alright, so I blew it because I missed half of it down in the sauce, but you get the picture. And it just gives a little pretty look to it. So, how would I serve this up? I've got some beautiful leftover scalloped potatoes that I had made, and I really like them because they have a lot of flavor in them, and this would just go perfectly. So you're going to serve it right up with some scalloped potatoes, mashed potatoes. You know, this is Italian, you can do any kind of pasta you wanted. You've got that nice caper lemon butter sauce going. You could literally, you know, any kind of pasta, and you'd be just happy as a clam. I think this is a really great dish that you could serve up with some good veggies, some broccoli right on the plate with it, and you're going to get that lemon butter and capers in with your broccoli, or asparagus, or green beans, or whatever you want to cook. But this is really simple. It's really beautiful, and once again, I really hope you try this out. It's a cool, fun thing, you know. Let everyone dig in, pick the piece they want, you know. Most of those are pretty even size, so you know I'd find the biggest one. Trust me, I always do. But anyways, so let's enjoy a dish like this. Have a great time. So what I want you to do is subscribe, like a lot of you are. Really appreciate it. It's not like a broken record saying that, but you do not know how good that makes me feel. Please comment. Please hit the notification bell, because I want you to know every time I make a great video. Even if I make a lousy one, you still should watch it. But anyway, simple ways to get back in. This is something you could do with all your friends standing around with a glass of wine with you in the kitchen, talking about what's going on in life. Make it, drink your wine, and serve it up. Or like I said, you could have put this in a baking dish in the oven, pour the sauce over it. Either way you want. This is a great, easy dish, and I hope you enjoy it. Have a great day.